Hello everyone, today is Thursday, July 19th. It's 3:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's about an hour before the regular session close. On my right you can see my computer clock, and on my left you can see the time in sales. The E-mini S&P currently trading at 2808.75. Pretty good day for the auto trader today. First up is the DAX on a 34-tick line break chart, and we saw this chart yesterday as well, hitting its goal. And so the trades we see here are very typical of the line break chart, and a mixture of losers and winners. This drew down about 250 per contract or so. A couple of losers right here, which shows the auto trader can absorb some losers. There was 3 losers here. Just brought the equity curve down a little bit. And then it came back with a string of 4 winners in a row and came up and hit its goal of 2,000. Okay, the E-mini S&P on a 987 tick line break chart, and I have the line break indicator plotting here, so you can see the signals and a couple of really nice trades here. This did 1,300. Our goal on this is 1,300, so we hit our goal and had no slippage. And a really nice looking chart with line break signals. For those of you that don't know, line break is a trading method unto itself, and it is a Japanese method of using bars and charting, and basically it requires for a long a break above 3 bars back, or for a short a break above 3 bars below the low of 3 bars back. And so with the auto trader, the trend indicator can filter out some reversals depending on the sensitivity. So for example, if I were to increase the sensitivity a little bit, I could turn this bar red and it could potentially avoid a false signal. Line break itself is quite interesting and eliminates a lot of noise on the chart. Okay, the bonds on a Super Renko 2 tick did 1187.50 today. The goal on this is 1200, so this definitely hit its goal. And the bonds is really a good market to trade. It can be very trendy, as you can see here, and it's a really small time frame, a 2-tick chart, and that's because the bonds are $31.50 a tick. So it's very rich, and there's 32 ticks for a point. So your bar size trades a little differently in this market, but it's actually a very good market to trade. Okay, a strong showing on the gold contract today on the Super Renko 6 tick. This did 990, so probably hit its goal of 1,000, and that was done in 2 back-to-back trades. A very familiar pattern for the auto trader and very difficult to trade manually. Okay, the E-mini S&P on a regular Renko chart with a higher time frame filter hit its goal of 1,000 with a couple ticks slippage on 2 trades here. So of course it stopped trading, and that's why you just see the colored background only during the time it was active. Okay, the crude oil on a Super Renko 8 tick managed to do 1,020, even though these trades were cut rather short here. But let's take a look at our money management. So on this one, this is actually not a contract. These are just not a template. These are just the default settings. So I must have reloaded this chart and not had forgot to load my template. These are just the default settings: a market order, trading 4 contracts with profit targets of 5, 9, and 14, and 1 is a runner. So it looks like, oh, and then we're trailing the stop at 10 ticks by 1 tick, and that's why we got these short bursts here. But in any case, this worked today, interestingly enough, and had positive slippage. Okay, the E-mini S&P 1597 Heikin-Ashi chart coming back to life. And it had that familiar pattern, 2 trades back to back, a long and a short this time, and this would be very difficult to trade manually. Next is the Nasdaq on a 987 tick Heikin-Ashi chart, and this had a single trade and did 995. Our goal is 1,000 on this, so very nice setup here. Really super nice on the indicator signals here, you can see. Just want to throw this losing chart in here. We do have losers. Every day there are charts that lose. This is the Nasdaq 1597 Heikin-Ashi chart, and this drew down about 500 per contract and then came back with a couple of winners and is net minus 325 for the day. Okay, the ES on a Superenco 4 tick did 950 for the day. On a mixture of trades, it drew down about 200 per contract and then came back with a couple of nice winners here, 4 winners in a row, beginning at the session open or slightly before. Okay, the E-mini S&P on a Superenco 4 tick was moderately active today. This one has a other time frame of a 2-tick Superenco, and this chart has been pretty good to us. It hit its goal of 750. Okay, the Nasdaq on a Superenco 18 tick, going for a little bit higher time frame with fewer swings. This did 670 today after drawing down about 400 per contract. A modest gain on the mid cap. This has been a really consistent chart. Notice here that the equity high for the day was nearly $1,400 on these really nice trades, but I have a goal of 2,000 on this chart, so certainly a lower goal would have achieved its goal, and it ran into a little trouble after it made its equity high, which was done by 1 o'clock Eastern. Okay, next up is the E-mini S&P on a Superenco 4 tick with a higher time frame filter of a Superenco 6 tick, and this is currently short 2 contracts with a closed P&L of 625 and an open P&L of 250. And so here is our open position here. We are short from 2808 and a quarter, and our first target is 16 ticks down here, and it certainly looks like it's heading in that direction. This is our where our 6 tick went short right here, and so we were able to take this trade, and it's within a point or 4 ticks of our first target, and our goal on this is 1,050, so we're actually very close to hitting our goal. Okay, the crude oil on just a regular 987 tick chart, trading 3 contracts, had a modest gain of 480. And I'll come back to our E-mini S&P on the Superenco 4 tick. There was a few other charts with some minor gains I'm not going to show. In any case, this will probably finish up at $800 or $900, maybe hit its goal at 1050, depending on where this goes. Remember, I could always bring my stop in really tight like this. Just by clicking this button here, I could bring it in even closer, but I'm not going to go any further than this. In any case, that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching.